people like you in the world that you live in, where you're constantly examining the efficacy of supplements and of modalities and strategies for fitness and health and longevity and all these different things. For you, when you see people talking about being natural, when they're clearly not natural, it's offensive, isn't it?
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, for me, it's offensive too. It's like
Yeah.
I get like I've rarely talked shit about people.
Yeah.
But the Liver King thing, I was like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah,
Stop.
the thing that rubbed me the wrong way the most about it, and is kind of like what compelled me to even make a video, was because he was seeking coaching without the disclosure of what the plan was to do with that help. So it's like, I am going to enhance myself, and I'm already, enhanced as is, in order to blow up by this exact date. But I'm not going to tell you, even the guy who I'm trying to seek help from potentially, like, this is what I'm doing with it. So it's like you're almost like aiding in the fraudulent activity a little bit.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I don't know, it just like was crossing the line of, ethics and morals for me a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. And it's just bad when people are very high profile and they're super duper jacked and they're trying to say they just get it from eating kidneys.
Yeah.
It's just stupid. It's just not good for anybody.
No.
Like anyone like yourself who knows that's an unusual amount of muscle for a human body to possess.
Yeah.
I mean, he's massive.
Yeah,
massive
just insulting the intelligence of people who are...
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the good thing is that, though, it does, like, especially the way you covered it brilliantly. And
I appreciate it.
It's a very long and comprehensive video that goes over the entire saga, how it began, who he is, what he's done, all the statements that he's made about being natural on multiple occasions. It illuminates people to the realities of physiques and of this dilemma that we're talking about with, like, role models and superheroes and these actors are in the most insulated world. Like, it's very brave when an actor just comes out and says their opinions about controversial subjects or expresses some opinion that's not mainstream, because that's dangerous, for your career.
Yeah.
If you want to make it in show business in Hollywood, like what Mark Wahlberg has done is brilliant. He shuts the fuck up. And when he talks, he doesn't talk much, and he doesn't talk about anything heavy duty, and, occasionally does, and they come down for him. Yeah. They come after him when he does. You got to be real careful, because if you just start saying, look at me, look at these guns. You don't get like this normally. This is not normal. These guys with 21-inch arms. Like, this is not normal. How do you think I'm doing steroids? Like, they don't do it. They can't do it. They literally can't. But if you talk to, like, a guy like Mark Bell is a great example. He's telling you, I've done steroids my whole life. Yeah. Look at the size of him. He's giant. That's why I got so confused that he didn't think that the Liver King was full of shit.
And that's why, I don't know. Like, I don't know if he just really likes him as a human, or what his, like, if he didn't want to call him out to his face, or what. But it's like, it was, I'm having a hard time grasping that he didn't think that was the case. But I know he thinks other people he's friends with or is aware of are natural, who look even more insane than Liver King.
Like who?
Mike O'Hearn. You ever seen him?
Yeah.
Mike O'Tren.
Yeah. I saw that guy on a plane once. He was on a flight with his dog. He's gigantic.
Yeah.
And he says he's natural?
Yeah, he even responded to the Liver King thing, and he was like...
What?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. He's so big.
Yeah.
Now, is that possible?
Well,
is it possible?
That's the thing, is, like, you could... like, who knows, man? Fuck. If Coleman looks the way he did, is it possible that this guy could be the hyper extreme outlier?
Isn't Michael O'Hearn like 50?
He's like 53 or something. The thing, though, that's problematic is he does nothing to prove 53. Otherwise. Like, he could easily go get a blood test and a drug test and prove people wrong.
Like Paul Sklar did.
Yeah. Like, even with Paul, like, he still did what I think he was capable of with his resources to get tested, and he went out of his way to do it. But, like, there was this one guy, Matt Does Fitness. He's seen as, like, this fake natty in the fitness industry because he looks amazing at his body composition, and he was just sick of it. So he contacted me to facilitate like actual drug testing, like as if I was a USADA entity or something. And he put up a budget of money in the thousands of dollars range to get randomly drug tested with urine and concurrent blood testing. And like I chose all the tests he was getting to be as bulletproof as possible. And we would have a guy literally just show up when he's fucking lifting at home, wherever, pull his blood and get his urine and then test it to prove. And he's been doing it for like half a year now, and concurrently showing that his lifts are not going down. So not only is his body composition staying the same, but his lifts have not changed, and he's passing the drug tests, which are like bulletproof tests facilitated by somebody who's not himself, because he's not walking into the lab on his own accord whenever he wants, sort of thing. So like I'm not saying that everyone should go do that, because that was like a hard thing to coordinate, but that would be like...
Who's this guy again? What's his name?
Matt Does Fitness.
You got him?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that guy's natural. That's incredible. But also he looks like he's about 30. How old is that guy?
He's like 36, I think.
Is he?
Yeah.
Well, that's extraordinary.
Yes.
That's very difficult to achieve, and that guy must work very hard. And
he's a genetic freak, for sure.
Excellent genetics, works very hard, but kudos to him for taking all of those tests. And
like it was like more bulletproof than like actual fucking UFC testing.
Now let's follow up with that guy in 15 years and see what he looks like, right? Because if he can keep that Paul Sklar level of fitness, because Sklar is I think 50, right, or 51, it's so funny the eye test when you look at someone, you go like, that's possible,
Yeah.
Like when I look at Paul Sklar, that's possible. Mm-hmm. When you look at The Rock, you look, get the fuck out of here. Yeah. Get the fuck. When you look at the Liver King, get the fuck out of here. Yeah. And when you look at that Mike O'Hearn guy.
Yeah. No, the Mike O'Hearn example it's wild that he doesn't go as hard as Liver King, I guess, in that he's like, but it's weird because he definitely likes to poke fun at it, even though he will not go out of his way to show any blood testing or do anything to reinforce his natural status other than, oh, look at me at like 15 years old. I'm bigger than you now. So like, obviously it's just natural progression. It's like, yeah, you're a genetic freak, which is why you look the way you do on gear now.
Right. Exactly. That's a very good point, because there's a lot of people that if they took testosterone or they took a bunch of different steroids, they still would look like shit.
Yeah. Oh, tons of guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes you'd be shocked at if you walk into a public gym, like who's actually on gear and who's not. Sometimes the guys who are natural look better than the guys on gear. Like,
yeah. Jesus Christ. Yeah.